Hello everyone. Welcome to national level online short-term course on life skills for women in COVID-19 and IQAC and Women's Cell Initiative. I'm Dr. Uma B. Pujar, Assistant Professor of Commerce and Coordinator for Placement Cell for PG, Government First Grade College and PG Center, Dharwad. Today I'm going to discuss about interview skills. So students, immediately after applying for a job, when you send resumes to a particular company for a particular job, the employer immediately after screening or scanning your resume, whenever he feels, whichever resume he feels satisfied, and those people are being invited for a interview. So now let us see what is the meaning of interview, types of interview, do's and don'ts of interview in this session. So first of all, to start with, let us see what is the meaning of interview. The term or that word interview is derived from French word that is interview, meaning sight between or to see each other. It is a meeting between persons for a specific purpose. That is, it refers to one-to-one conversation between an interviewer and an interviewee. It is a purposeful interpersonal communication between the two individuals. So, an interview is essentially a structured conversation where one participant asks question and the other provides answers. Interviews usually takes place face to face and oral communication and in person, but the parties may instead be separated geographically as in video conferencing or telephonic interview. Interviews almost always involve spoken conversation between two or more parties. It is an effective tool for selection. However, the information flows in both directions. In this way, the employer learns about the applicant and the applicant also gets a chance to know about the employer. The interview, it serves as a primary means of collecting additional information of an applicant or the candidate. It serves as the best basis for assessing an applicant's job related knowledge, his skills, his ability, and is designed to decide if an individual should be interviewed further or employed or eliminated from the consideration. So this is the meaning of interview, and the interview are being broadly classified into two types, that is job or employment interview and data collection interview. So today in this session we are going to discuss about employment or job interview. So let us move on further. Let us see what is the meaning of job interview. It is a formal meeting in which one or two persons question, consult, or evaluate another person. Interviews are conducted to know the candidate's ability to express his or her thoughts clearly and concisely and evaluate the candidate's comprehension skills, to know the verbal and non-verbal communication and body language which exhibits the personality of an individual, also to know a candidate's attitude, honesty, and how professionalism reflects his or her ability to work in that particular company. So what are the objectives of interview? The first and the foremost objective of interview is to select the right candidate for the right job. And the next one is to evaluate the applicant's skills, to verify the information provided by the candidate in the resume, to provide information about the company to the applicant, and to create a good image of the company among the applicants. So let us see in detail what does this mean. So, to select the right candidate for the right job, what does it mean? The main objective of interview is to select the right person to the right job. Right job. If a right person is not selected to the right job, there will be no job satisfaction. Either the employer will suffer or the employee will suffer. So if the right person is placed in the right job, naturally the objectives of both the employer and the employee will be satisfied. Among the many resumes and applications received by the employer, only the suitable candidate can be selected as per the requirement through this discussion in the interview. And the next is to evaluate the applicant's skills. So, only merely seeing the resume, we cannot assume the person's ability and skills. So, if there is face to face contact, if there is any conversation with that particular person, through his body language, through his communication skills, and other skills, will come to know what are his ability and capability. So through this interview, we can evaluate the applicant's skills. It is not, it does not only gives the interviews information of the candidate's technical knowledge, but also gives an insight into his much needed creativity and analytical skills. What other additional skills does he have? All these are known by conducting interviews. It helps the candidates assess his skills and know where he lacks and the places where he needs to be improved. And the next point is to verify the information provided by the candidates. So to fill the resume, most of them, they exaggerate the things in the resume. So whatever they don't know, they may put in the resume. Suppose if they don't know computer skill, they may add, to make the resume look better, they may add that they know the computer skills. Now the employer is going to cross check or cross verify whether that person will know the computer knowledge or not. So it helps to cross verify the information provided by the candidate in the resume. It helps to ascertain the accuracy of the provided facts and information of the candidate. Employers look for consistency in what is written in the resume and candidates' responses to the questions during the process of interview. So while writing the resume or while drafting the resume, please be honest. Don't just write the unwanted or irrelevant things in the resume. It will be cross checked and cross verified in the process of interview. And the next point is to provide information about the company to the applicant. It is useful for the candidate so that he comes to know about the profession, the type of work that is expected from him, and he gets to know about the company. So there will be a formal discussion between the employer and the employee. Immediately after providing all the details each other, they share many things about themselves. The candidate may tell everything about himself, and the employer will give the detailed information about the company's policies, the company's conditions, terms, and every facts will be explained in detail to the candidate so that he will be familiar with the company's rules and regulations. So through these interviews, these facts can also be exchanged by the employer with the candidates. And finally, to create a good image in of the company among the applicants, the interview also helps the company build its credentials and image among the employment seeking candidates. So while interviewing or while discussing about the company, the employer will have to enhance the goodwill of or the reputation of the company in front of the candidate, so that candidate should feel that by working in this particular job, the goodwill or the reputation of of that particular candidate will also increase in the market. So the it is the part or the duty of the employer to provide a good image of the company in front of the candidates. So these are the few objectives. To conclude with, the interview process will judge what you will offer, your skills, your ability, basic knowledge, academic knowledge, general knowledge, qualification, professional skills, communication skills that is suitable to the job. To judge who you are, your personality, character, interest, to judge the sense of values, attitudes towards the work, honesty, and personality traits. The interviewer will try to determine whether you will be an asset to the organization or not. And finally, it helps in establishing the mutual relationship between the employee and the company. So these are few objectives of interview. So let us move on to next slide, that is types of interview. The very first one is the panel interview. It is also known as broad interview. Is an interview conducted by a team of interviewers who together interview each candidate and then combine their marks or grades into a final score. So in panel interview, there will be one candidate, that is interviewee, and the interviewers may be more than two. So when there are more than two interviewers, it is called as panel interview. So panel interview is one in which there is a panel of interviewers, that is two or more interviewers, but the number is limited to 15. All the members of the panel are different representatives of the company. One by one, they ask questions to the candidate, and the candidate should be in a place to answer the questions to each and everyone. And the next one is telephone interviews. The candidates receive a surprised and an unexpected call from the recruiter or the employer, and he should just answer the questions asked more spontaneously. So, in this telephonic interview, the candidate should be very alert. His listening skill should be very powerful. So whatever they ask immediately, spontaneously, he should be ready to answer immediately. So the listening skill is very important in this telephonic interview. So I pardon you, sir. Excuse me, sir. These things should be avoided by the candidates. So he should be very alert whenever he receives the call. Immediately, whatever they ask, he should provide the answer. So telephonic interview is one that is conducted over the telephone. It is the most economical and less time consuming. While it focuses on asking and answering questions through telephone. So that is oral communication is being taken place in this telephonic interviews. So one should be very careful while answering in telephone interviews. The voice should be clear and the answer should be to the point. And the next one is structured interview. The interview in which preset standardized questions are asked by the interviewer, which are asked to all the candidates. That is, the same questions are being asked to all the candidates. It is also known as patterned or guided interview. So few questions will be ready or preset before the candidates enter into the interview room. So the interview in which preset standardized questions are used or asked by the interviewer, which are to be answered by the candidates. It is also known as patterned or guided interview. So, and the next one is behavioral interview. It is concerned with a problem or a hypothetical situation given to the candidate with an expectation that he or she would solve. It aims at revealing the job seeker's ability to solve problem presented to them. So this behavioral interview is concerned with a problem or hypothetical situation given to the candidate with an expectation that he or she would solve. It aims at revealing the job seeker's ability to solve the problem presented. So they will give some case studies or some problem in front of them, and they have to just solve those problems or give some solution immediately during the process of interview. And the next one is stress interview. The employer commonly uses stress interview for those jobs which are more stressful. The number of harsh, rapid fire questions are put to the interviewee with intent to upset him. It seeks to know how the applicant will respond to the pressure or stress. So, the stress interview, the employer commonly uses stress interview for those jobs which are more stress related. Now they repeatedly ask the questions, more number of questions are asked, and the candidate should be able to answer them spontaneously, immediately, so that to win the minds of the interviewers. And the next is video interview. An interview which a video conference is being employed to judge or evaluate the candidate. Due to its flexibility, rapidity, and inexpensiveness, it is used increasingly nowadays. So the digitalization has made it very inevitable, and nowadays it is being very easy to use this kind of interview, an interview in which video conferencing is being employed. So through this video conferencing, they will ask some questions to the candidates, and the candidate should be able to answer the questions. So the internet facility should be good here. You should be ready at what time they have been provided for the video conferencing or video interview. During the period or the time, they will be given in advance. So at that time, you should be ready, well dressed, and be confident in front of the laptop or the mobile, whichever you are using, and be ready to answer the question they ask you. And the next one is the dress code. The very important part of this interview is the dress code. So there are different dress codes for men and women. Let us see the dress code for men. So dress to fit the job and job culture. So if wearing a suit, opt for solid colors. So if men, for men, if they are using some suits, they have to use some solid colors. So many companies or some companies do have prescribed dress code for the interview. They will be having some dress code. They will tell us which one to wear or which color to wear. In that case, there is no problem. If there is no any dress code in some companies, then what to wear and how to present yourself in front of interviewers is very important. So the dress code for male is very straightforward. If wearing a suit, opt for solid colors. Choose a cotton collared shirt in soothing colors like white, blue, gray, and other light shades. Do not wear silk shirts as they are totally out of line for professional look. Make sure that the outfit is well ironed and there is no stains on the shirts. And for the bottoms, choose a pair of dark colored regular fitting trousers. Do not wear very tight fitting colors or clothes. Avoid printed shirts or pants. Complete your formal look with a decent leather belt. And for the footwear, wear well fitted formal shoes with or without lace. Generally, candidates opt for black shoes. However, you can also choose brown shoes provided they go with the outfit. A polished shoe speaks more about your personality. Do not forget to wear socks. The accessories for men: wear a simple wristwatch, preferably with metallic or leather strap. Avoid using fancy analog sports watches. It looks very odd. You can wear a tie if you want, but generally people don't wear a tie these days. With the appropriate dressing, you have to maintain a professional haircut. well groomed facial hair, trimmed nails, etc. The question isn't always what you wear to interview, it also how to look the part. So these are for men. And next, for women, dress to fit the job and job culture. A solid colored blazer that you can pair with skirt or trousers. You can also opt for simple salwar kameez or kurtas or saris too. So women have an extensive range of clothing to choose from, which means more confusion. You can choose a solid colored blazer if you want, that you can pair with shirt or trousers. You can choose a solid colored blazers. If you are not comfortable with blazer, you can go for salwar kameez or kurtas, and also you can wear light color saris. And regarding footwear, for your safety, do not wear high heels. Wear comfortable and formal sandals. Make sure your footwear doesn't make knocking sounds on the floor while walking. The accessories for women, try to keep the number of accessories to minimum. Wear simple jewelry like small stud earrings. Don't use hangings, big hangings that doesn't look good. You can wear a simple chain if you have. A simple wristwatch is sufficient as a hand accessory. Bangles and bracelets should be avoided. Be as simple as possible. No fancy hairpins and clips should be used during interview. And regarding the makeup and hygiene, make sure your nails are trimmed. Don't go with long nails. Do not apply glittered or dark colored nail paints. Rather, apply light colors while going for an interview. Hair must be washed and combed nicely. Do not keep hair open. Tie it in a simple bun or ponytail. Keep the makeup subtle. Avoid using bold colored lipstick too. So these are some tips for going to interview for men and women. Now let us see what is the body language in interview. The body language during interview plays a very important role in making or breaking your career. The expression, that is, there is a saying, action speaks louder than words, holds very true, especially during job interviews. The way you present yourself leaves a significant impact on interviewer. Body language is the way you communicate your feelings with your postures, gestures, facial expression, eye contact, and movements. So, and the next very important point is the posture. How do you sit? How do you stand in front of the interview panel? So, sitting up straight in your chair gives an automatic signal of confidence and reliability. It is recommended not to slouch or droop towards or backwards. So carry the right straight posture from the moment you arrive in the reception area. When you are asked a question, just lean forward a bit to show your curiosity, interest, and engagement. So you have to avoid cross legs when you sit in front of the interviewers. So don't cross your legs in front of the interviewers when interview is going on. Crossing your legs may become uncomfortable, meaning you will need to stretch them out during the interview. This discomfort would be misinterpreted as disinterest in the interview. And the next is you should have a proper eye contact. So it is a must. You have to see in the eyes of the interviewer while they ask some question. It's important to make eye contact during your interview. Make eye contact with them regularly, but look away when it feels natural to do so too. Always maintain eye contact when shaking hands. So when they call you inside, shake them hand with eye contact. And whenever you try to answer some question, just keep an eye contact with them. So it increases the level of confidence. And the next is keep smiling. Nod and smile to indicate you are listening to the interviewer when they are speaking. These actions show you understand what the interviewer is saying and agree with their statements. And hand position. If you are seated on a table or desk for the interview, keep your hands visible. So you have to keep your hands visible to the interviewers. This will demonstrate you have nothing to hide. So if you are in a chair with nothing in front of you, keep your hands on your lap with palms visible to the interviewer to indicate openness. So do not play with keys or pens when interview is going on. Okay, these are the few tips while doing the interview, and some do's and don'ts. So what to do while interviewing? Arrange your documents systematically in a file. So what whenever they ask any document, these documents should be ready in your file, and it should be arranged very systematically so that whichever document they ask, you should be ready to give immediately without searching it in the file. And look that and see that you look very neat and tidy. And as per I have told you the dress code, the everything should be neat from top to bottom and very clean and tidy. Be attentive, don't ask to repeat the question. So the listening skills play very important role in interview. So you had to listen carefully whatever the interviewer is asking. So active listening is defined as fully concentrating on what is being said rather than just passively hearing the message of the speaker. It involves listening with all senses. Active listening takes focus and concentration to do it well. Active listening involves keeping communication channels open, both verbal and non-verbal, with the interviewers at all times during an interview. It shows the interviewers that you are totally engaged and focused on the job or offer made by the employer. So be honest and humble to yourself. So, being honest in an interview means being honest about your qualification, about your experience, and arguably, most importantly, about your skills, whichever you have put on the resume. Because we need to be honest in our resumes, it logically follows that we should be honest in our interviews too. So, don't exaggerate your strengths or don't lie about your level of skills. It will be cross verified and you should not be caught in the interview. And the next is be positive and confident. So confidence is the act of trusting yourself during a job interview. Showing that you trust yourself is critical because it can lead your interviewer to trust in you as well. Aim to communicate to your interviewer that you know can do this job very well. However, it is normal to feel nervous when interviewing, so try to take something to practice how to appear confident before your meeting. So, and the next is always be smiling. Keep a small smile on your face during the period of interview. And what are the things which are not to be done in the process of interview? Don't blame your family members, parents, teachers, or previous employers. So, in any case, if they ask any question about why not you have not done this, or why don't you have these skills, or why don't you have this talent, or why did you leave that job, if they ask such questions, please don't blame others. You can give some other reasons positively. Don't discuss personal matters. So personal matters are totally avoided in the interview unless they ask you some personal details. Don't be too eager to answer the questions. Just be ready to answer, but don't, uh, there is no any urgency in giving the answers. Don't adopt bad postures. We have discussed it earlier. So we had the position, the sitting postures, and the eye contact, how to shake the hands, how to dress, everything is being discussed, and we should avoid the bad postures also. Don't be very nervous. Again, it will affect your confidence. So don't mumble too loudly or too fast. So be polite, be brief. Whatever they ask, those things are to be answered at the time. Don't give long answers to a short questions. Don't forget to say thank you when leaving the room. So after completing the interview, when you are going out of the interview hall, just thank all the interviewers for giving you the opportunity. So these are some do's and don'ts of interview. So with these things, I'm going to conclude my session here. Thank you very much.